Grab your mouse ears and ready your wands. You're tuning in to Castles to Cauldrons, your ultimate guide to the magic, the thrills, and everything in between. From strolling right down the middle of Main Street, USA, to dodging fire-breathing dragons in Diagon Alley, we've got your theme park adventures covered. And now, sharing their hottest takes and best tips, here are your hosts, Jason, Myka, Rachel, and Terri.
Welcome to Castle of Cauldrons. I'm your host, Jason Davis. I'm here with Myka, Rachel, and Terri. We're all here together for the first time. It feels like in forever because we took off a week. But me and Myka saw each other last week. We'll get into that a little bit later. Did y'all all have a good Mother's Day? Because we're recording this the week of Mother's Day because I didn't wish y'all a happy Mother's Day before the last episode. So did y'all have a good Mother's Day?
Yes.
I did. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we all got what we wanted, and that was rest.
I took a nap.
It's just like, loved my kids, but take them away for a little while so I can.
Mine was not rest. I was not home. I was actually not with my family at all. I was in Atlanta with my mom. I know. I was in Atlanta with my mom on a trip with her.
But you were with your mom. That's a great Mother's Day.
Yeah. So I was with her.
I want to start the episode with something we posted on Facebook, and I figured it might be a little fun thing. If you answered it on Facebook, though, I don't want you to use the same answer. So that's the caveat. Okay. What is the one hot take that would get you canceled, I would guess, in the Disney community?
I can't use the one I used?
No.
I know. That's my number one.
Because mine's actually, I like mine, but I don't think, I've been going back and forth, but I didn't want to use that one. So, Terri, since you didn't, I know you didn't comment. So what's your one?
Me and Facebook don't get along, so I'm really on there. I apologize. I have a lot of hot takes. I don't know any that get me canceled. I hate every graphic design that Disney comes out with most of the time when they're merchandise in their parks and for what you're paying for, it looks horrible. And why don't they? I mean, the number of people on Etsy that do a much better job and independent graphic artists that do a much better job, but Disney doesn't let them thrive because they slap their copyright on everything. Mm-hmm. But then they put trash in their parks for $75 a shirt.
Yeah, you can
ridiculous.
Get the same shirt in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. It just says the different resort on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the same.
We're a $1 billion company, yet we're 8-10 years behind on trends. I don't get it. I
they're
don't
their
get
own
it.
trend.
I mean,
yeah, they are.
They're not
Disney,
though.
but they're just Disney. It doesn't matter. It's a Disney style. It's a Disney product. They don't care,
and they don't. I think that feeds further into the a Disney adult is kind of like a Karen out in the wild, the Gen Pop as we call it. And I think it doesn't help that you're wearing like preschooler clothes with Mickey Mouse's face on it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if they made their merchandise a little cooler than being a Disney adult wouldn't be as ostracizing as people take it as an insult sometimes instead of a compliment. Right. And then maybe like you see people Disney bounding a lot. And I think that came from not really wanting to dress like the characters, but wanting to dress cute and trendy in the park and be on theme. So maybe that's my hot take. I don't know if that get me canceled.
No, because I think a lot of people would agree with you on that. Rachel, what's your hot take?
That wasn't on Facebook. What were your hot takes that Jason won't let you repeat?
Okay, so I said that Cinderella's Royal Table and Chef Mickey's is overrated.
I think it wouldn't get you canceled so much.
Not wrong.
But you want to know another one that I agree with that another one of our agents wrote? This one might. That characters are for only...
I can
100% on board with that.
Like when I was on the Destiny, like everyone's like, let's get pictures. I'll, like go in line. And I'm like, no, like, right. I'm okay. Like when it's not face characters, I feel like it's kind of weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like,
I go get the Mickey Mouse picture or something like that.
Right. If it's a rare one, absolutely. Like I see value in that. I don't need to go up to a Cinderella. I've had pictures with her. I don't need to go up to Minnie or Mickey again or a Goofy. I have all those. Like I want to eat. But
when we were in Alaska, like Cinderella walked past me in the corridor and I took a selfie with her because Bethany wasn't with me and that's her favorite princess. So I was just like, look who I ran into. But I'm not going to go and seek her out.
Right. Yeah. When I'm in Alaska in July, I'm getting those pictures with Mickey
them in their outfits.
Because that's only on
Alaska. Yeah. And it's about like a 30-40 minute wait. So you got to get up there and do that. Myka, what's one of yours?
So the one that you won't let me use again is that Magic Kingdom is my least favorite park. Like it's kind of at the bottom.
Terry's like, no.
I knew that's what was happening. It's just, I
That
feel
fits your
like,
personality.
right, but it's just like, it's so busy. That's where most
Mm-hmm.
most of the kids are. Like, I have a child, but still, that's where most of the kids are. It doesn't have as many of like the thrilling and fun rides. Like, it's just, there's so much crammed into it, and it's just always so busy. Like, I love to watch the fireworks there and stuff, but if I'm gonna pick and it was like I only have one day to spend at the parks, I'm probably gonna pick like Epcot and Animal Kingdom over Magic Kingdom. That's just that's my hot take on that. Another hot take. This is really hard because I don't feel like I have many other ones. I mean, I don't love sit down dining at theme parks because I feel like if you're spending a lot of money to be there, I'm all about quick service and I don't want to take the time to actually go sit down and eat and waste that time because you pay a lot of money to be in that park and then you're going to go sit down and spend an hour and a half on a sit down meal somewhere. Like if I'm going to do it, I would rather do it on my day off, like not in a park. Like I don't think
worth it.
Or the food was worth it, right? Like if I'm in the park, I don't want to do that. But if I have a break day, I have no problem with like, oh, let's get a Topolino's reservation and go have breakfast there, like on our break day or something like that. But in the parks, I just find it to be a waste of time.
See, that's where I would go against Rachel would be if the food was good at the character dining for Chef Mickey's or Royal Table, it's worth it because the character interaction there where you're not taking out time of your day to see characters.
Right.
But the food's not good at.
No, I always tell people you're paying for an experience. You're not paying for the food. I always say that. Why do you think most of or I would say all of the good dining, sit down dining, is outside of the park?
Mm-hmm.
If they put flying fish in Epcot, I'd be going to flying fish in Epcot, but it's outside the park.
Yeah.
So mine that I posted was that they needed to get rid of Gut Small World and put a Tangle ride right there because it fit right with the Tangle bathrooms. You actually have a theme for Fantasyland. That's the worst Small World when it comes to small worlds in the U.S.
I don't like it.
And even like it's just not good. You have a nice facade in Disneyland. You don't have one here. So just do that.
And it gums up that whole intersection there. I feel like where the bathrooms and Peter Pan and Small World. Peter Pan always has a wait, which blows my mind. And then Small World's there because people go on it because it doesn't have a wait and they just need to get out of the heat. And then the Tangle bathrooms are there. And I'm kind of like, if there's going to be a gum up there, make it worth it.
So the one that I want to say here that's more original actually stems from a text message we got from Jerry. That was Siobhan, Rachel, Jerry, and myself in this group. The cast members being like the college program at Walt Disney World has ruined the experience more so than what Disneyland has with their cast members because you have so many temporary people working at Walt Disney World versus how many people you have at Disneyland that are full time and actually love the park more. Now, I'm not saying the Disney college kids don't love the park. I'm just saying they're there for only a short amount of time.
Did I read that wrong?
I will say the one place they shine is on
Jerry
Jungle
was
Cruise.
vice versa. Jerry said that Disney World is better than Disneyland with cast members.
That's what I
think so too.
But me,
I agree with
saying
you.
Disneyland's better than Walt Disney World.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Now, if you got rid of the college program, I would 100% agree with Jerry because they have more cast members that really love this place, but it's so dependent on college program that it kind of loses something. There's more hangouts at Walt Disney World than Disneyland. I figure that'd be fun.
For the experience.
Yeah, the credit.
Not the job.
If you put it on the resume.
But like I said, some of our best Jungle Cruise rides have been with the college program kids. And I think that just because it's those flat jokes that they tell, the delivery is so much better with that generation than it is with like an older. And I'm even talking about like myself as like an old, because I'm plus 40, older. You know, they have like that just deadpan delivery of all the cheesy dad jokes and backside of water and everything that I think makes that ride funnier to me is how they deliver. Because, you know, you've been on sometimes where it just didn't hit as funny as the other ones.
So the vice versa, like Disneyland, is that these people have been there for a long time. So they've grown up and worked with the park for as long as they have. So like the guy, Oscar, who celebrated 60 years at Disneyland, it's been years ago. He loved the park. So he was there forever. So he could tell you the history and he appreciated it and wanted everybody to have that experience. That person that's coming down from State University.
Yeah, I went to State University.
They're just there for the parties and to get away from home. I figure that'd be good though to open up and kind of back and forth a little bit. What would you can let us know what your favorite idea is that would probably get you canceled in the Disney community for what you think would be a hot take. We might do an episode where we go a little bit more into these, but
Maybe
was
we
our
could do
post
like
this
for
week.
the specific parks, like
Yeah.
a hot take for very specific parks.
Like,
Like,
I go to Canada sometimes, and
Yeah.
that's a cardinal sin to Jason.
There's a cardinal sin to
And
Disney.
Siobhan.
Disney
No.
actually posted this week that is a cardinal sin.
I just
Well.
go in through the
International Gateway.
gateway, and I just
Yeah.
wherever that's how I go. I don't come in through the main.
So
If I
we've
can
got a
help
lot
it.
of news we're going to try to work through right quick. The
Right
first
quick.
one, yeah.
We're fixing to work through it right quick.
Fixing
Right.
it.
Fixing to work through it right quick.
All right. I'm going to mute all of y'all.
All of y'all. That's okay. I'll eat my-
y'all.
I'll
I'm
eat my
gonna mute all
loogie.
y'all.
First bit of news. Disney had their earnings call, and it was tomorrow's first earnings call. He made some pretty big statements when it comes to technology for the parks and Disney. The first one was that they are talking about doing a Disney super app. And by super app, they mean everything in one app. Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Alani, Hulu, Disney Plus, Disney Store. It would all be built into one app, and you could do everything there. I can see
don't like
some
it.
benefits, but I don't think it works because
Like
the app
like
doesn't
when
work
you
for
like
Disney.
get on Disney Cruise Line, you're on that app, like doing
Yes.
everything.
But
when
it'd
you're
be
at-
one, but it'd all be one app now.
I feel like this is good old fashioned rage bait that they're putting out there to create discourse so people like us talk about it, so it gets people to talk about Disney. I don't think anyone in their right mind thinks this is a good idea.
I
mean-
see nothing but problems. First of all, you have Hulu and Disney Plus that gets paid for. The other apps you don't pay for them. How are they going to manage that paid versus non-paid platform? Then, like you said, DCL. DCL is hard enough as it is just for the DCL app because you're often on Wi-Fi. You were to put so much more information into that app. Imagine how much slower and how many more problems it's going to
It's
have.
just gonna
Gonna
crash
crash.
constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I said to Jason, if you mix land and world, someone's going to buy
Yeah.
something at the wrong park
What if I make
or the
my
wrong side of the
lightning,
country.
like, wrong person,
Right.
dining
You're
reservation
going to
real quick.
buy the wrong, what Rachel said was the wrong ticket for the parks. But even then, if you're just buying the Halloween ticket and it's close to the time, what if you buy the Oogie Boogie versus the Not So Scary?
Mm.
Or
I mean, there was
how's
wasn't
the
there
dining
you're-
going to work on
You're just
that?
looking
You got
for available
60 days,
days.
60 days plus 10 for dining, or 60 days one at a time.
Yeah.
Lightning Lane, 2 different platforms.
I'd also like to
Ticketing
point,
is 2 different platforms as well. I know
Yeah.
that firsthand.
I would also like to point out that Disney tried this with their website because they bought the go.com domain. And so if you go to www.go.com, it's going to take you to a landing page for the Walt Disney Company, and that will list out everything that they own and all the links to get to it. That failed epically. Like they paid a buttload of money for that domain. And that's why when you go to the website, it still has like go.ww or whatever, So they're still using it, but it didn't work then. What makes them think it's going to work in an app situation now?
I mean, there was a whole
Yes.
story about people that bought Disney Plus gift cards to pay for their Disney World
Yeah.
trip. So,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
just again, and that's like specifically says Disney Plus, different logo. It's blue versus like most of the gift cards you buy at the store for Disney are red with Mickey on them. So,
Which is weird because Disney colors are blue. So you would
Yeah.
think like Walt Disney's always written in blue.
I
You would
almost
think
did
that
that this week
coincides.
for a client. I was trying to buy him a gift card for booking, and I was looking through all the e-cards, and there's the Disney Plus one, and I almost clicked it because I was like not paying attention. Like, well, if I would have done that would have been screwed up.
So why do we think Disney can't? Their apps are forever changing. Like Lightning Lane's changing. They had the genie on the app. There's never been like a 3 to 5 year span where the app for just Disney World has remained something constant that you could get used to and just. Because every other app I feel like has little updates, but it doesn't completely change. But
Because
Disney for some reason can't find a way to make, because if most people don't go twice a year or either every year, they go 2 and 3 years in between. And it's like every time they go, they have to learn a new
learn
app.
that app. Yeah.
And it's like, why don't they think that familiarity will breed consistency and people will enjoy that and say, oh, let me book there again because I've done it so many times. I know exactly how all this works.
Well, it's like you just said,
Terri.
though, like not everybody goes once or twice, like more than once a year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, Terry, you're making almost too much sense.
Yeah.
yeah, like they're, because always they're $1 billion company. Like, why do they just, it's,
But if you didn't use Facebook, let's go with Facebook since we talked about it. If you use Facebook once back when it first started, and then after that, every 5 years, use it.
That's
Yeah.
completely
Boom,
different.
Every 5 years, you wouldn't know it. You just be like, okay, I've got to relearn
It
this
is.
app.
but
That's what
you
Disney's
can
really
still
doing.
their whole like Lightning Lane thing changes all the time. And I'm not just talking about the layout of the app changes. I'm talking about they rename things,
No.
they rebrand things.
I have to agree with Terri because I've had clients be like, "Do we still need park passes? Oh, so much
Yeah.
has changed." Like
People still call lightning lanes fast passes.
I mean, we do on this podcast. We've slipped up
Yeah.
and said fast passes a lot.
I still do. Like, I don't care. And I might say
It
MGM
rolls
too.
off the tongue better than lightning lane.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do we need all the change all the time is what I'm saying, because in marketing, consistency breeds loyalty, and that's what people like. So why does Disney consistently want to switch stuff up when, I mean, they have a well-oiled machine here. Let's
It goes
just keep
back
I
to
wouldn't say it's well oiled.
the machine has been running for a long time. Let me tell you that.
A well-oiled machine
With the check
would mean-
engine light on the whole time.
Yeah. Yes, but
Yes.
it's like we're throwing things at it instead of fixing the engine. We're just like throwing parts at it, being like, here's a
We're
hammer,
putting a
here's a
sticky
wheel.
note over the check engine light so we don't see it.
Let's not fix
Exactly.
the engine. Let's give it brighter headlights. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
while that's eye catching, that still doesn't fix the initial issue.
a well-oiled machine in Disney's eyes, like, is bad, because if you think about a well-oiled machine tech-wise and app-wise, when Amazon goes, it's Prime Days coming up on these days, you don't have to get in a virtual queue to get into a place to buy what you're buying. You just go on, buy, and you get the reservation or your confirmation within 30 seconds.
It might take longer to come to my house.
Yeah.
Right.
But the process of the IT side of it, seamless.
Is-
like any other day.
But when Disney drops anything, new promos, new tickets, anything like that, you get that virtual wait, and then it takes you forever to get in. And by the time you do, it might crash, it might not crash, and you won't get your confirmation until after midnight.
Yeah, so why do they do that? That's my
Because
question is,
They just don't
what is their end game
Their
here?
system can't handle it.
know.
But
They're
they
worried
have all
about
the
how to,
means to make. They could literally hire Jeff Bezos and said, "Hey, dude, what'd you do to Amazon?
but you know,
Come do it over here."
that costs too much money for them. They're all about the profit. So they have this infrastructure built. We're going to continue to use it as best we can without upgrading it so we can make as much money off of this.
I have an idea. Let's make one less Star Wars series that no one's watching on
Shut
Disney
your
Plus.
mouth. Shut your mouth. Mando and Grogu come
Let's
out.
not
next
make a thing
Thursday.
called shit no one wants to watch.
So let's go to the next little piece. That was a lot of conversation when it comes to Super App, but on top of Super App, and
Super
I'm glad
bad.
because that it's a big thing because it changes the dynamics of stuff. What also changes the dynamics is that Tomorrow has said now that AI planning is coming to the Disney company when it comes to their travel side of stuff. So Disneyland, Walt Disney World.
They hate us.
We just did a whole episode of how AI doesn't work too well. Like, it has some positives, it has some negatives when it comes to this. Obviously, probably by the time this comes in effect, AI will be better. But Disney already has an AI built in their system, to Terry's
The
point.
genie? Yeah.
No one uses Genie.
First of all, the recommendations it has is stupid. They're literally trying to push you to parts of the park that aren't busy at that time.
Well, that's
And
their
like
whole,
things you don't want to do.
That's their
Purpose
whole
of it.
game.
Yeah.
That's the purpose. That's
that
why
was
they
their
put everybody
funneling
across.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like,
oh,
it's
that's
telling
it.
you, like, go
Here.
ride the carousel right now. It's like, that's not what I want to do. Like, I
It
don't want to
doesn't
go ride
resonate
the
with the
carousel.
people.
And then isn't the chat half like AI too?
Mhm.
Yeah, everybody, there's all chat now. Everything has AI
Chats for
built
AI
into it.
these days.
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah, but I go back and listen to the previous episode. We talk a lot about how AI is working right now between three of the major ones out there. AI planning, we kind of figure something like that is coming our way with Disney. There's slowly been a push for agent, like, how does Disney take the money and keep it? And
Mhm.
travel agencies, we already take a percentage of what Disney's making. So when you have a drop of, I think it was a drop of 1% in their domestic theme park, but a uptick of 6% in sales and revenue for the theme parks over the last quarter, they need to make money somehow. So as much as I hate to say it, is that the agent side of stuff, while they play nice right now, when will Disney's finally go, we can let AI handle this and not have to pay y'all?
That goes into my next question. I was going to say, do you think they will kind of try to discourage travel agents from booking with them by like slowly decreasing like the amount to the point where you're like, I don't even book Disney vacations anymore because it's not worth my time, and so their AI can take over and therefore they don't have to pay out any commissions ever?
This is a little controversial probably, but I would imagine that Disney at one point will go do the Costco method of, we'll give you this much of the trip, taking out the commission portion, or at least half the commission portion. of what they would pay us and say, this is what your package would be, so that it looks better to book through them, through us. Once again, the best way to book a Walt Disney World vacation is through a travel agent,
A
because
real life person.
we can talk you through stuff. We are there for you. I don't necessarily what we're talking about hasn't come to fruition. We don't know if it will come to fruition, but the people are the ones who experience this. AI has not come to life yet where they've experienced the park. So they're not going to give you the best bet for the person you are that we have gotten to know. I'm currently texting a client that's in Walt Disney World because she's asking about recommendations for things. Where's the best place for this? Disney AI is not going to put you in the best place. It's going to put you where it needs you to go, because that's where they put the cast members to work.
And is AI going to cancel your dining reservation for you by calling it in because you're stuck in a monsoon and you can't get to the other park because the bus line is too long? Been there, done that for a client. No, it's not.
Nope.
And they thanked me up and down because I saved them the $10 a head fee for no showing, because I was able to call and get it canceled because of what was happening down there.
Like we said,
Costco and AI is not doing it.
No.
like we said in the last episode, there's good things about AI. You can bring an AI to us and say, this is the outline that AI said would be the best bet. What do you think? How can we expand upon this, make it better?
But this is also discouraging news to like Rachel, who's partial owner of a company, because if Disney's already announcing this, it probably means they're at least 5 years into development of some sort of AI to travel plan. So in her 5-year outlook for her company, she might be like, well, I'm reading the writing on the wall. I'm no longer going to suggest Disney to people when I'm going to suggest an all-inclusive sandals. Or to clients she has had that's gone Disney, hey, your kids are now 17 and 19. They're not 7 and 9 anymore. Why don't y'all pivot to somewhere, Universal or in the Dominican or somewhere like that? Because she's like, well, if I see that Disney is already putting it out there, it's like the government. Like if they ever tell you they're doing something, that means they've been doing it for 10 plus years. So, that's discouraging to company owners to try to continue to basically for free sell Disney. It's not for free because they do get a commission, but she doesn't have to do that because she gets commission from other places as well, like cruises. And so I think I don't like this move by Disney.
I don't think anybody really likes it. The tea leaves were there when they announced Genie as a tool to help plan. I just don't think we all expected it to come out as fast as it has, because we didn't think AI would grow this fast as it did. And like I said, there's no formal announcement of like AI is taking over travel planning. I'd want to make that 100% clear.
Yes.
And we are not doom and gloom about this. We were just talking about it.
And none of us rely on AI to travel plan for you. Like when you work with us, it's a brain working for you. Where other people do plug and chug kind of stuff in there and pump it out.
Let's move to the next thing. While Disney's trying to cost cut, they canceled the opening show, the welcome show for Magic Kingdom while the castle was being repainted. That's just no longer coming back. That was all the characters coming out on stage, doing a little show and dance, and then
with the little fireworks that go off.
Yeah, they moved it from the train station into the park before COVID, and now it's been right there at the hub because they did the open up the main street and let people come in before the park officially opened, so they can make money off of merchandise and coffee.
Everyone go in the Emporium and Starbucks.
Didn't realize that there was a welcoming show.
Right, because usually we're already in the parks because we early entered, so we're already past that point.
Have the fireworks ever startled you while you're waiting in line for something else in the park? That's the only.
Yeah.
I've watched it once, and every time since then, I'm like, you kind of jump when you hear fireworks in the day, and that's what it is. It's that opening
That's
show.
not something I ever told clients about because, I just figured it was like just a I don't know.
Well, but
so I'm
it
not going to
wasn't
miss
just an
this.
opening show. They came out and did it a couple times in the morning. Like they would do it a few different times.
Yeah.
The one I liked was the actual train station one, when the train would pull up and everything, like the mayor would come through. That was something I would tell them about, because that actually was felt like a welcoming show. This one, everybody that's not staying on property is queuing up at whatever land they're trying to get to. Most of them were queuing up, for Fantasyland, Tomorrowland to get to the Seven Dwarfs Tron. So no one paid attention to the show, but when it was out on the train station, everybody watched it. So that's the only reason I put it in here, because those who do enjoy it, it's no longer. It's going to be a little spiel they're going to put over the speakers.
Yeah, I watched it while I was pushing strollers while people were waiting for like Splash Mountain. I mean, that's how I caught it. is with babies.
Mm-hmm.
Next for Disney World, they announced that Level 99, which is the experience that took place of the NBA experience, which took place of Disney Quest, will be opening this summer. They still haven't given us an official date. They gave us some more concepts of what it's going to look like and the fun that it's going to be. I think it's going to be fun. I don't see myself going into it unless it's like a special perk we get for staying on property, which
Or
would
like
be
a team building event.
if you said, hey, let's do this, I'll do it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just not gonna. Travis might want to do it, and we might do it then.
Right.
It's good to see something that's indoors though. So when it's raining and storming, you have an option to have fun inside somewhere. And it's yes, there's an admission, but it's not a theme park admission. You know, you have to go to Disney Springs for free. You pay $50-$60 for the Level 99.
I was gonna say, would that appeal to like locals that are looking for something to do more than it would like
Yeah.
people that are actually in the park? Maybe that's why they're doing it
Maybe
there.
like a day, like a arrival day, departure day type thing. If you have a late departure, you don't want a theme park ticket, you can go do this. If you arrive late, after lunch one day, you can go do this.
I feel like even if you have like teenagers on your like break day or something and you're going to Disney Springs and they want something to do.
Yeah. But still note that you get free mini golf if you're staying on property. So free versus not free.
Paid.
Last thing for Disney for right now, we'll move out to West Coast. Disneyland's Autopia, they officially announced that they are going electric starting in 2027. No closing date yet. So we're going on a Sunday ride on Autopia over there so we can get the fumes.
I mean, that just means it's probably going to happen in Disney World as well, which
Good.
good. I hope it does because I want it to be gone. I don't want to smell the gasoline. I don't want to hear the
The whole
cars.
thing to be gone. Not even electric.
Yeah.
I just want the whole thing to be gone.
I wonder how much they're putting out in gas with how much gas
It's-
is now.
Well, I mean, it takes up a huge footprint. They could put a big
does.
ride out at Walt
Yes.
Disney World where it's at. Like, I've never ridden the one at Disneyland because I was there with adults, so I have no reason to go on it. But like at Disney World, it takes up a large footprint. They could put a big ride there.
Yeah, but it's got to be an open ride. It can't be like
Yeah.
a closed ride because of like
Yeah.
the people mover. Like it's got to be
Yeah.
an open type
Yeah.
ride like that.
Disneyland is still big too. You got to remember that's a huge track. But now Disneyland's to me was cleaner. Like it doesn't have that smell so much because there's the trees and everything like that are holding everything back versus being open aired right there at the middle of the theme park. So I'm surprised Walt Disney World didn't get it first in Disneyland.
That's California,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
I was gonna
say because
say.
they're pushing for like electric cars anyway. So
and gas is more money in California than it is
They
in
probably
Florida.
to pay more like for emissions and everything there too. Thank you.
Let's move over to Universal for a little bit. Mythos is the final component that will be closing over in Islands of Adventure. That's in the Lost Continent area. That's set to close in 2027. That's the theme park restaurant that is 10 times running the best theme park food in the world or something like that. It's good.
Okay.
I've only eaten there the one time.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One, are they replacing it or they're refurbishing it?
They
Or
are
they just-
destroying it.
Oh, so are they're going to replace it? They're destroying it.
They're technically going to replace it with another restaurant. So Thunder Falls in Jurassic Park area, which is a quick service now, will be
Right.
closing, and they're going to retheme that to be a full service restaurant.
Okay, so they're not like putting something in the same building. They're putting it like okay, got it. And two, do you think that they just made that up? That they're the best theme park food in the world year after
No idea.
year? They just make that
Probably.
banner. That banner's been there every time I've been there.
yeah,
I was like,
It's like when you learn
it's never made me
celebrities
want to
pay
go
for their
eat
like
there.
star.
Well, the celebrities
You know what
don't.
I'm saying?
It's always like the company, like they have
Well,
a movie.
No,
coming
yeah,
out.
no, Well, when I was at an Earmark conference, Kurt Russell was there, and he said at the time he paid $50,000 for a star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
that they
usually
don't
what
earn the
happens is-
star, they pay for it. So it's
Uh-huh.
not like
Yeah.
the restaurant, they just put their own banner up and it's like, hey, we're the best theme park food.
Usually, one of the like if a movie's coming out, I think with Devil Wears Prada, Stanley Tucci got his,
and Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
but Disney fronted the bill for it because it was a marketing
Yeah.
event. So,
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so like it costs money to have. Yes, you can buy it yourself, or you can hold out for one of your
Yeah.
movies come out and
Get
use
it
it for
funding.
that. But yeah, Mythos. The rumor is that the restaurant for Jurassic Park that Thunder Falls will be coming to Hammond's, which is in Singapore, I think. I'm excited for something new in Jurassic World. There's
Yeah.
2 quick services right there, and all the little huts that they have for fast food. So that nothing big, but it's good. They also are closing Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Have y'all eaten Hot Dog Hall of Fame?
Actually, yes.
Same here.
No.
One of the
Actually,
first
yes, we
ones.
were with a very picky teenager who, when we were walking up and down City Walk, and he's like, I want a hot dog. So we went there and ate a hot dog.
I don't even know where it's at.
It's by it's
Is
over
it
there.
by the Burger King?
No, what's the Mexican restaurant?
Oh, because you have to walk up those little stairs. It's around that little corner, right?
Antojitos. Yes,
Yeah.
Antojitos.
It's like-
The entrance for Antojitos is right there, and then Hot Dog Hall of Fame is like catty corner, and it's stadium seating. It's because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a baseball stadium.
Mhm.
But they are don't worry, if you want a hot dog, you will still be able to get one because it's just going to become Fat Ones hot dogs and Italian ice.
Or
That
water ice in Philly.
Right.
It's water ice.
Is that what y'all call Italian ice? Is water ice?
Yeah, water ice.
Water ice.
This is Joey Fatone's hot dog place. So I mean, you might be able to see
Me and
Joey.
Terry's got to go for that.
I gotta go. I gotta
gotta
go
go.
now.
Can I just say, out of all of the members of just
NSYNC?
boy bands, he looks
NSYNC?
like one that would own a hot
Food?
dog place. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this that's going to close in 2026. They did say that. We don't know when an opening date for the hot dog for the Fat Ones comes. I've heard good
It
things.
said the end of 2026. It'll be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I figured it's just going to be a lot of retheme.
Name changing, yeah.
That's a lot going on in that little area too, because right across the the walkway is where that the hurricane.
The category
Category
10.
Luke
Yeah.
Combs car.
When we were saying there's not even a category 10 hurricane, like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But okay.
That's yeah. I have an inside joke with some friends because I didn't ride Rise of Resistance with them in Disneyland because I wanted a hot dog, is what they thought I said. I was like, I don't want to spend money, and I don't know how they got hot dogs. So now they always joke about hot dogs with me. So I'll have to go eat here and send them pictures. Universal, they just closed this week. I think it was Monday. Of recording this, the horror makeup show is closed for a big refurb. They're going to redo the whole show, bring it back out brand and fresh. Disappointed in this. I like the show the way it was. I'm
I just
excited.
hope they do make it better. Like, it's already good and it's fun and it's entertaining. So I hope they.
I'm just glad Terry got to experience it the way it was.
Yeah.
I never did it.
You see,
It was funny.
I made Terry and Myka go in there.
Yeah.
I
Not
never did it.
necessarily Myka so much, but I made Terry.
I had seen it multiple times. Yeah.
Is that the one when
Jennifer
Jimmy
Shoemaker got pulled on. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
were trying
Yeah,
to get him to get Terry up there, but they were like, "We're not going to take her
Because
because
she
y'all
already
want her
talked
there."
to the guy. Like, they already
Well, he
used
tried to make
Terry.
out with me, and I was like, no.
So they picked Jennifer, and that was it was still ended up being great because it was somebody from
Yeah.
our group having fun.
She had a great
Yeah.
personality for that.
But Jason and I, like, we're like, no, we're going to be here. We need to be like first in line because we want to be front row, middle. And we got it. So
And Terry was right
was-
there in the middle.
They were very funny. Are the same two guys coming back?
I think
I don't think we
they would
know.
try to, but
I hope
So they were very.
Maybe they'll
they
just
were
like
entertaining.
update the horror movies for like some of the newer things that
Yeah.
they
They're
use
gonna-
in movies.
they'll probably update seating and stuff like that too. Just
Is
put
it going to
them-
be
The
open by
seats need to be
HHN?
I would think so, because that's the
I would hope
RIP
so.
meeting area is
Mhm.
the lobby. Last bit of Universal news. It's pretty cool. It's not really Universal. Universal is more like the University of Central Florida, but Universal and UCF came together and they opened a school for themed entertainment. So if you want to go to school for building theme parks and more in depth for that, I think that's pretty cool that Universal threw some money out there and said, let's do this. Because if you don't know, UCF is a really good school for the travel industry in general. They have a lot of hotel stuff and you can learn all that. One thing I didn't put in the notes, I do want to mention right quick. The ferry. Disney World has announced a new ferry going across Seven Seas Lagoon. And I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's named after a former president. It's a female. Margaret, maybe. That's a pretty cool thing because that will be the fourth one. That means Disney never does something to just do something. They're not going to spend money on a fourth ferry. So speculation, of course, is that there more attendance for the Villains Land, Carlos Land. Somebody said like maybe we get some work on monorail. They can take the monorail down because 4 ferry boats would be enough to carry people back and forth on top of the buses in and
Right.
out of the park. So maybe we get some help with the monorails at this time before this Villains Land and Cars Land comes online. I
Update
don't
it.
take the ferry. I'm not a ferry person. I'm a monorail person.
I think it depends.
No, it doesn't depend. It's the monorail. That's going to do it for news. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk Disney and Banana Ball because me and Myka just came back from Banana Ball in Atlanta, and Myka's been like to 16 Banana Ball games all year already. So we'll be back after this.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 22 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you are listening to.
Welcome back. Myka and I
Thank you.
went to Atlanta with her mom and my wife to see the Bananas play, the Savannah Bananas play the party animals, which was a great time. I very much appreciate Myka for getting us tickets.
Welcome. I actually have a Party Animals t-shirt on under this, but I'm too cold to wear it without my sweatshirt.
Now, you have the Savannah Bananas and you have the Texas Tailgaters. Do the
So
party animals have a location?
No, so
Or are
there's
they
six.
just
They're just there. So there's 6 teams in Banana Ball now. They started out with the first team, the Savannah
Let's hold
Bananas.
off right quick. Let's hold off right quick.
Okay,
Because let's get to the point of why we're talking about the bananas on this
Okay.
episode.
that's a good
Disney
idea.
and the Bananas announced. Yeah, that's why I'm the host because I have good ideas. The banana balls.
or you could just let conversation flow.
You know what, Myka? For that, I'm docking his next commission cycle just for that comment.
It's like $2.
Hey, you know, talk to Myka like that.
So the banana ball.
See if I get you
organization
tickets again.
Has announced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have announced that Disney Plus and them will be partnering for live streaming of the Banana Bowl, which will be happening in October. We don't know location, we don't know dates or anything like that yet, but that's all to come soon. Personally, I'm just going to throw this out there. Since they're making a big deal with it being Disney, I would think they're going to try to do something Disney related, like not necessarily maybe the Angel Stadium since it's Disney.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Obviously, they're not going to put it at ESPN Wide World Sports because
Right. It's not big enough.
No, they need
Right.
huge.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Disney adjacent.
hmm
So that it makes sense. Okay, so Myka, tell us a little bit more about like the team layout of how many teams there are, what the team names are, all that jazz, so we can get to know this.
So with Banana Ball, they started out with the first team, the Savannah Bananas. And like their name says, they're in Savannah, Georgia. So that's kind of how they started. And they started actually as a college team. So they started in collegiate ball. Well, then as it kind of moved forward, they did their own stuff, but would play in some other smaller divisions. And then they kind of started their own league. And so they needed a team to go against the Savannah Bananas. So they have the party animals, and then their mascot is a monkey because monkeys eat bananas. So it's their kind of whole like funny thing. So
Okay.
technically the party animals, and his name is Farty, and he farts a lot. They eventually, I think, are going to have these other teams put in other places, but the party animals' home base is also Savannah. That's just kind of where they're at. And their whole shtick is that they're the mom's favorite team because most of the guys are good looking, they're buff, they take their shirts off and dance. That's kind of the Savannah Bananas whole thing is like they're more of like the traditional baseball team. They
It's
then
all-
came,
But
Totally
like in the
get it,
most
like the-
untraditional way.
Yeah, they look more like the Yankees than anything else because the pinstripes and all that stuff.
yeah, they were in their white uniforms on Saturday when Jason and Beth were there. So then they came out with the firefighters so that they could have them like rotate around and it's not just the Savannah Bananas and the party animals playing each other. And then last year they came out with another team, the Texas Tailgaters. So then that was 4 teams that they could do. And they are based in Texas, not a specific city in Texas, just Texas. And again, their whole shtick is more like tailgating. Like that's the entire thing about them. And then this year they have 2 new teams, which are the Loco Beach Coconut and the Indianapolis Clowns. So the Indianapolis Clowns are again based technically in Indiana, in Indianapolis. And then the Loco Beach Coconuts are just beach theme.
And the Clowns are also based off of a pre-existing team.
That started in the 1930s and then ended in 1989. And
Yeah,
it
so-
was an African American only team. And they were technically the first people to do trick plays and fun stuff in baseball. So they were like the original Savannah Bananas.
So they're like
So
paying homage to them.
yes, so they are very much about keeping the history of that. This weekend's actually their first headlining game, and before that team, and so
We went to watch the game on CW Sunday. I fell asleep, so I didn't watch it. But you know, it was cool to be able to know that we could watch it on YouTube. It was what True TV was.
True
the Friday
TV
night
was.
game. So I think the fun thing about them, the Disney connection with it, was the you know, the fact that they're so family friendly. The funny side of it is like I have friends / clients that were doing the opening pitch, competing for the opening pitch of the game in Atlanta. And because it's a family environment, they had to chug a drink, but they wouldn't let them chug a beer because it's a family environment. They had to chug a root beer. But at the same time, they're selling banana themed alcoholic beverages all around the stadium, all outside the stadium. I mean, naturally, it's
They
because
can drink responsibly, but they're not,
Yeah.
you know, encouraging
right, they're
you to
not
shut
going to
it
have
down.
they're not going to have a
Yeah.
root beer.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny to me of like, oh, we can't have that on screen. But
Well,
we can
as a mother who has sat through many of boys who sat through many of baseball games, I appreciate someone taking TikTok and baseball and putting them together.
Yeah.
Because it's so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
And like you said, like it's family friendly. So my kids can go and they're watching baseball. So they're excited because for boys, it's hard to find an entertainment aspect of something that's entertaining, that's not girly. You know, there's no theater, there's no anything like, you know, everything's either a sport, and moms generally don't enjoy sports. So I enjoy the fact that you can go and you can take them, and it's a fun party atmosphere without worrying about the drunk guy beside you, you know, is going to start cursing out someone. Because again, I can't imagine, I've never been to a game, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't imagine they get super competitive. Like, you know, major league games, guys are like, you know, your audience members or fans are cursing out each other in the stand, you know.
No, the
So,
players can
not
get
so
pretty
much the
heated with
players.
each other.
Yeah.
The fun thing with the game too is that it's a 2-hour time limit. Like, you know, you're going in there for 2 hours. Like at maximum most of the time. You know, there are exceptions if you get into the 9th inning before that time limit, it might run a little bit longer than 2. But you're not going to be there for 17 innings. You're going to only be there for 9 innings.
Yeah.
I think they took a lot of, the MLB is not helping themselves in any, you know, because they black out markets all the time. So people can't watch games, even if you're in their region, you know, like she said, like they don't negotiate on the side of the fans when they decide on how they're going to distribute it. And they finally implemented the pitch clock, which cut some of the game times down, and they cut down the number of games in the MLB season. But baseball is exhausting if you're a true fan.
I mean,
Like,
that's why you have the 7th inning
exhausting.
stretch, because it's so long.
And if you're not a true fan, it's an endurance play.
See, I would go if I was invited. Like, I'll tag along. I'm never gonna seek out and buy tickets for myself. Never.
You know
I don't
what?
care
The
that
next
much. Okay, and I will absolutely
and I
go
will
with you.
take-
Perfect, Myka, because I need it. I feel like I need my handheld with that. I feel like it's like going into like rope dropping Disney. Like I need guidance with that. But I will never. Probably one, I can get the tickets because I'm not in that club, and two,
I know you gotta go through Myka. She's the plug.
I don't really have any interest.
No, I like, as much as you got excited about the Yin Yang twins when we talked about that at SeaWorld,
Right.
you would be excited at a Bananas game once these, like she said, I feel like they're guys that got to college on a baseball scholarship, but they know they're not good enough to go pro.
So they dance. Like a
Yeah.
part of me, I don't know if it's just I'm getting old, but like because I was on the ship. Listen,
Rachel.
not by month, by like a year. I was on the ship on the Disney Destiny with Jackson Olsen because I knew there was some type of merger with Disney.
He
and
looks
them.
like a baby.
Yeah, he's like I could almost be his mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
looks like
in
a
his
baby.
Maybe not.
He's a very good looking boy.
Yeah. He's too young. Like I can't. I don't know. I just feel like a creeper. I'm just too old.
Right.
Yeah,
There
I'm
is
too old.
one-
Okay, he's my age.
Yeah.
And see, like, y'all don't watch Love Island, but I watched Love Island Australia a couple of seasons ago. And Andy Cosgrove was on there, followed him. Now he's on the Party Animals.
He's the catcher and a hitter.
I also listen to the Bobby Bones show in the morning because it's family friendly, so the kids are in the car. And a guy called in, he was trying to get his country music career off the off the ground, but he was also a college baseball player. His name was Jason Arndt, Arenddt.
He is one of the main players for the Texas.
It's very funny how these people are finding, I like how it's gotten out of like the stuffy, like, oh, you can't play ball. Like, you can't, they're obviously are looking for a career path, and they're not the best of the best, but they are so good that they should be somewhere on the map, and they're taking all these other talents they have. And it's weird how like Love Island and like Bobby Bones Show and baseball, literally none of those three things have anything in common. Yet they're all merging, and it's entertaining. Like, I don't follow any one of those people on TikTok or anything, but they're always in my algorithm, and I always watch it. So it's just
while we're talking players, this is the best place too when it comes to getting to know players. I didn't meet any players that we had, but not to say we didn't have any opportunity not to. They were all outside the stadium before the game. They roped off areas where you could take pictures with them and all that stuff. But then in the game, we had to watch the Jumbotron a lot because our view for the batting box was blocked. So we're sitting there watching, and there's a whole row of people just having a good time the entire time. They're playing music the entire time. They're dancing, everything like that. And then maybe third or fourth inning, one of the party animals comes up there and starts joining them. And then by the end of the game, there were two party animals up there with them. And then there were two or three on the field right in front of them dancing. And then there's two or three.
And it was so fun.
The party animal players, the pitcher, I don't know the names like Myka does, but the opening pitcher for him, his mom was sitting 3 or 4 rows behind us. He brought up flowers and he got done. And then he hung around in our area for
at least 30 minutes. I mean, even before the game started, we were in the what's that thing called, Atlanta? The Battery. Just standing there. I had on my favorite player's jersey, and I had an elderly lady come up, put her hand on my back, and go, "Thank you so much for supporting our boy." And I just turn around and I go, "You know Garrett Delano?" And she goes, "We're his grandparents." And we stood there talking to his grandparents for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then they were seated a couple rows behind us in our same section, and we saw them, and I talked to them again. And the grandma was so sweet and literally goes, "I'm going to tell Garrett I saw you." And I was like, I don't think he knows who I am, but that's fine. I know I follow him on.
It's a fun atmosphere because you go to the MLB games and you're paying so much for the tickets, right? You're paying, I told Myka we couldn't sit where we were sitting. We were sitting, maybe 13 rows from the field.
Yeah. And we paid $60 a person to see.
We probably would have had to pay $200 or $300 per person for those tickets. I'm not.
And then my tickets the next day were even closer to the field, and we had access to the Jim Beam Lounge that we didn't even know. And I paid.
We saw a proposal.
We saw a proposal. As soon as they pulled the blindfold out, I turned to Beth and I went, "Someone's getting proposed to." That's the only time they pull the blindfolds out.
That was my worst fear. It's like, don't ever propose to me on a Jumbotron. My God.
It was a kissing contest, is what they advertised it as. Then there was a butt rubbing contest where the wife.
Oh, that's right. You rubbed booties against booty, so it wasn't like hands.
It was a player, the husband, and then farty.
Yeah,
the player was her husband.
And like he's known.
I gotta Google this guy. But I think people undersell it because it's not quote unquote serious ball.
But it is.
But they're playing real ball.
And they're dancing, and like there's some guy on stilts somewhere, and there's
that is just kind of for entertainment. But he did hit the ball and make it to first base, but
there's backflips to catch a ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
could you imagine let alone trying to jump backwards?
I get nervous trying to learn TikTok dances with my nephews to do with those to try to look cool. So to actually know how to play ball and do TikTok dances and look cool while I'm doing it. And I think it's undersold as like not serious, but they're legit athletes out there.
I was talking to a guy at work who's very serious into baseball. He's like, I don't think I'll ever go to a Bananas games because it's not real baseball. I'm like, it's pretty real.
Yeah.
But one of the trick plays that they try to pull off, the ball was coming into the outfield. He tried to hit the ball with a glove to bounce it up and catch it. He missed it. He hit the ball up and it fell, which made the runner, get another base. So a trick play doesn't mean you're going to get that trick done.
No,
yeah.
They definitely can mess.
They can game.
Yeah, they can lose the game because they messed up a trick play because it gave someone the run or something like that. Like it's happened before. And they're always trying to come up with new trick plays and different things to do, and it's a good time. Like it really is. I know Siobhan's really into it right now. Allison goes to games. It's a really fun time.
It was a full-on party. And as a tech guy, as tech nerdy as I am, watching the cameras on the field, what they were doing, I've looked up the settings they used. I actually know that the products they use is what we use at the church, the Black Magic design stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the best look for cameras. So because they had some crisp looking stuff, and those tech guys had to be in shape just as much as the baseball players because they're running backwards from outfield all the way up to the batter box.
Yeah, chasing
Wait,
the people.
they have cameras in the infield?
Yeah, there's camera. Well, not like when they're doing walk-ups and stuff, yes, but not when they're out there actually playing ball.
I was like,
Yes.
Right.
Okay, got it.
He did a dance to I can't remember that, but they turned off all the lights in the stadium.
It was Tanner Thomas. Yeah,
They were out there in the outfield. They started at the gates of the outfield, so they had a guy with a gimbal, and just he
running
followed them
backwards.
for a little bit, and all of a sudden they all broke out in a run, and this guy started running backwards the entire time, didn't miss a beat. And I'm like, oh my God.
Now there have been some really funny clips of where them people take a tumble, but
Oh yeah.
Well, that's always a good time.
Another guy, Myka told me that he has like I said, I don't know names. He has a tie to Disney because he was Aladdin on Broadway, and he came out singing a song in the infield, which was pretty cool. Yeah, we're in the TikTok too because they filmed it to our direction. I mean, you can't see us. You cannot see us, but we're in the
You know where you're at.
I don't have TikTok on my phone anymore. I don't have TikTok.
well,
I think like while we're talking about athleticism, like with Jackson Olsen, you know, him announcing this week that he's going on Dancing with the Stars.
which he
I
knew
think
before.
Yeah, he
Well,
said
obviously.
it's really hard to keep it a secret. But I feel like because everyone you talk to, well, you don't talk to, but everyone they interview about Dancing with the Stars, they're always like, it's a lot harder than you think. They're like, you know, you see, you know, people drop tons of weight because they just work out so hard, so many hours per day. And people are like, oh my God, I've done a lot of stuff in my life, but this is literally the hardest thing I've ever done. So I think that says a lot for, you know, they already dance on the field while they're playing baseball, and now he's signing up for Dancing with the Stars.
Like to
love
do
that.
this. He loves Taylor Swift. His walk-up song is a Taylor Swift song. Like he very much is into Disney. He's the one that's dating Pat Sajak's daughter. Like
Yeah.
he was on the Disney cruise that Rachel was on with one of the other banana ball players. So
A million TikTok followers.
yeah.
See, like, I didn't go up to
Talk
him.
about celebrity being fractured. Like she had no idea basically who this guy was, and he has a million TikTok followers.
Me?
And he's like,
You knew who he was.
No, I knew who he was because of Myka and Siobhan. But like,
You weren't,
the thing is,
celebrity.
no, I don't care. You know why I don't
Yeah.
care? That's just your job. I look at you as that's what you decided to do to make money.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like starstruck and be like, oh
Right.
my God, like you're God. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that's just how I feel.
The biggest thing between them and other athletes though is that they don't care either.
Right. They take the wall down because they will like stand out there in that plaza until the plaza shut down, signing autographs for people.
And like, I didn't go up to him because he was with his family, and I wanted to respect that. He was with his family, and you know, if I wouldn't want to be bothered if I was in the, you know, the limelight.
And
with
he
my
did
family.
get bothered.
We did. Oh my God, constantly.
Yeah.
And you know, but also land space, bass space. I can never think bass. It's my accent. Never, it doesn't come out right. The two words together. He was on the ship too, and people bothered him more. But I feel like he's on sync.
Probably bother Lance Bass more than I would bother.
I
Jeff.
walked by him 3 times, and I regret.
We know you would
But
bother
like, I
John
knew you were
Stamos more
gay
than
before
anybody
you
else.
announced
Yeah.
it.
John Stamos would be the one. She would be like, I gotta talk to him every time.
Same way Rachel does about
Care.
celebrity. I just
Right.
What are you gonna say to him? How are
Right.
you doing? How's it going? Like,
What I think when it comes to
unless
Savannah
we get a
Ball, is
minimum,
that
you know.
when it comes to Banana Ball, these guys know they're popular, but they also know that this is but a mere second of their life.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. Myka was telling me these guys are only signed to a 1-year contract. They might not make it next year. They might not be doing this, but for 1 year. Those MLB guys, they sign multi-year contracts. They get traded back and forth. They're making multi-millions. They think they're the crap. These banana guys, they're just taking it all in and enjoying the fact that they're able to play something for at least a year that they
No,
love
I get
and
that.
they can entertain people.
So they don't have any say on where they're going, on what team they're going to be doing. I mean, it could technically be middle of the year, and they're like, actually, you're a better fit for the Texas Tailgaters, so we're going to move you over there, and we're bringing this new guy in.
Do they staff based on performance? Like, their trick stuff or whatever,
So
or do they do it based like talent? Like,
So they both actually. So they have people that are entertainment players. So like on the party animals, you have Jake Lialios, who is a relief pitcher, but also his main job is entertainment. So he's on the microphone a lot. He's out there dancing and doing stuff. Like that's his main job. Stilts on the bananas, the guy on stilts, he's an entertainment player. He still goes out there and he'll hit, he'll still go out and pitch, but his main job is to be an entertainment player. Kind of the same thing with the guy that's now on the Savannah Bananas. That was on Broadway. He played Aladdin on Broadway, but he's now a Savannah Banana. His whole thing is like he sings coming in. Like he did a whole performance to a song and came in on a piano while we were there. Was that when you were there or was that the next day? Okay, that's when you were there. So he like that's his thing, but he's more of an entertainment player versus an actual player. So there are differences like I'm trying to think like on the Savannah Bananas, Danny Hosley, who they call him Danny Do-It-All Hosley because he literally can play any position. He's a player because he has really good stats. Jake Skull on the Party Animals was the best player in Banana Ball last year with the most home runs, best batting average, like all of these things.
God, Myka, you know so much about like this entire league.
That's like my
Holy
husband,
crap.
like,
It's my ADHD and my obsession.
1992.
It's impressive.
How do you pull it out? Like, where does it go? How do you pull it out?
Like I said, I couldn't tell you the names of stuff, but the Mike guy she was just talking about, they mentioned all that in the pregame, like because there's a big party out on the stage outside, and they brought him out, and they were like, "This is the MVP from last year," and they didn't give all of his stats, but they gave a lot of them. And it's like, wow, this guy's
and also he was a hometown.
Yeah, they brought Cody Smart out the first night. Somebody else.
So this Banana Bowl that's only been streamed, it's only going to stream on Disney Plus live. What is the Banana Bowl?
So they're going to have like a big weekend. Like they've already had these little games in Savannah where I think the Texas Tailgaters already have a guaranteed spot in like whatever this Banana Bowl is. So we don't know much about it yet because it's all new for this year. So they're giving us a little bit of info. And Disney is also going to live stream the game on their YouTube channel. So not just Disney Plus, but also on Disney's YouTube channel. Yeah. So it's stuff we're still learning about. I don't know as much about some of like the Clowns. I don't know as many players on that team. They're newer this year. The Loco Beach Coconuts. I don't know as many players on that one. But the other ones I know a little bit better.
I think this is a smart move by Disney. I think because it's kind of out of their normal scope of what they do, you know. But I think this is a smart move because I feel like we heard about Banana Ball like 4 or 5 years ago, and then kind of heard about it, and then it just like pew skyrocketed.
Yeah,
like they played at our local like the Durham Bull Stadium here in Durham. 3 or 4 years ago.
3 years ago.
I mean, there's a ticket lottery. And it's like some people didn't get tickets, but most people that entered did get tickets. And like it was like after that, it was like, oh, well, they can't come back anymore because they can't fit in that stadium. It's a big stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like it's big, but as big as they had gotten, they can't even entertain spaces that small anymore.
To that point, though, is that Jesse came out and said that they do want to do pop-up games now where they go.
They just did a pop-up game in Texas at a high school, and it was 1,000 people.
That's a Texas high school, though. It's probably nicer than most of our community colleges. Let's
probably.
Be honest.
Yeah.
But that's a lot going on. And we'll keep you up to date with everything going on with Banana Ball when it comes to the Disney stuff. Myka's going on a trip here in the next few weeks to go down and watch Banana Ball
at ESPN Wide World
Our
Sports.
Banana Ball correspondent.
So
yeah, I'll give you all the updates. We'll have a little corner of the podcast.
You need to wear your jersey next time.
Okay.
So you can be the official Banana Ball correspondent.
Here, let me.
Bethany's jersey sitting over there. I probably could have worn it.
I was like my very, and the party animals have the best colors for their uniforms as well.
Are you like the outsider if you don't have a jersey on?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's like people that were just wearing yellow or just wearing whatever they wanted to. You don't have to wear
a Lockheed Martin shirt, and then Bethany had her jersey, but there was a lot of Atlanta Braves people wearing stuff.
So it's like any other like sports game.
See, I got my party animals. Yeah, I got my party animals, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. They sold it out all 3 days that they were there.
1 million games.
Yeah.
Do they ever come to Philly? They don't. Yeah. They don't go to the. No. You said they go to Lehigh, so they go to Iron Pigs.
No, I'm trying to remember.
That one's That's the Iron Pigs, I think.
Oh, okay, then that might be it. Because I was looking at going, but the flights were way too expensive to come
I
up
think I
to
remember you
Philadelphia.
talking about that.
Yeah. No, if
Yeah,
they
Iron
are
Pigs is
in,
Coca-Cola Park. That's
okay.
Lehigh Valley. Yeah.
Because I remember when I was looking up hotels and like what the address was to the place, I remember the way being like Iron Pig Way or something like that. But I mean, I would love to be able to take all of you guys to at least one banana ball game so you can
I got a
experience it.
spare room. You come
I
up
think
to
we-
Lehigh or Philly. You don't even have
There
to
we
get a
go.
hotel. I got a spare room.
I'll come
We
up
need to
there
do
and
it.
hang out with.
We need to do a Castles of Cauldrons banana ball game.
Oh,
No.
but they do. They get people involved big time. Like, and even if you do their like VIP or they call it banana ball backstage, it's only like between $100 and $120, and you get to go on the field with the players before the game for like 45 minutes. And it's limited tickets, so you don't have to rush to meet anyone. But like Jason said, you don't have to do that to meet the players. They come out before and after the game and they take their time. Like we were at one game and one of the players stood there for a solid 10 minutes talking to my nephew with a line of people behind us about how to learn how to do a backflip. Like just talking to him and just really enjoyed it. So they really do. Like, I think you have to really enjoy the fans and know that that's why you're where you are, you know, to be in that. Like, you couldn't just be a regular baseball player and be in there if you're not knowing that's the focus of it.
I think that's why they're doing so much better than the
Yeah.
MLB. Is
Yeah.
because I wouldn't say better, excuse me, but their popularity is gaining so fast. Is everything right? The MLB is kind of not doing.
Well, like I said, we'll stay on top of this banana ball stuff and see what's going on with them, what Disney has in store, or how they're going to handle this. It should be fun.
What if they say no villains land? We're gonna push
Yeah.
that off because we're gonna build the official banana bowl arena. We're gonna push down ESPN World of Sports and no villains land because we're gonna do banana bowl and it's gonna go all banana content. We're gonna take all that money and allot it over here.
The only thing is this happens in October and Disney never builds anything that fast.
No. I don't mean this October. I'm saying what if they announce
In the
G23
future.
that we've scrapped villains land, no more.
So it
We're
would depend
moving
on-
all our money to banana ball.
It would have to depend on this staying popular for the next 10, 15 years because that's how
Yeah.
long it would take them to build it.
Well,
It's good.
about
It's
as long as they've been playing in villains land.
yeah. I mean, because it's definitely
well, Lucas came
cresting.
out
I
like
think
this
it's
in-
gonna start to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this week's episode. We'll be back next week. We're going to have a couple of more episodes before we go on to a hiatus because of our Disneyland training. So we're going to have Allison on next week. She's going to come on and talk to us about her there and back trip. She did a couple, almost 2 months
A month
ago.
ago? Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Maybe
Was it a
month.
month?
It was over a month ago for sure, around a month
Jeez.
ago. But she went down to Disney and back home in a day. So she's going to talk us about that and how she accomplished it and if she would do it again. If you can go to socials and find us, we're at Castle Cauldrons everywhere. We would love to help you plan your next vacation. You can go to www.magicaltravel.com. Any of our great agents over there that are not AI will be glad to help you plan your
Not
perfect-
AI. We are real people.
real people.
Oh, it's a real travel agency.
And until the next episode, we will see you then.
Bye.